Guys, welcome to another episode of Small Steps to Freedom. On today's episode, we'll be talking about how you can get out of debt. So getting out of debt is probably one of the most important steps that you need to take on your journey to financial freedom, or when you actually start taking control of your money. So on today's episode, we'll be talking about the methods that you can be looking at, as well as the different mindset that you need to have for you to actually get out of debt. So if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button. We talk about all things personal finance and financial freedom, so stick around. So before we get into it, I just want to say, if you're sitting at home and you're looking at your credit accounts and you're just so overwhelmed by how much debt that you're in, and you can't imagine that anyone else can be in as much debt as you are in, trust me, there's probably someone out there who is in as much debt as you are in, if not worse. So you're definitely not the first, you're not going to be the last. The key here is to focus, and you will be able to get out of debt, because a lot of people have done it, so you can do it too. So the first thing that you want to do is widen the gap between your income and your expenses. So how much you're earning and how much you are spending. So the wider that gap, the more money you can actually throw at your debt. So for example, if you're earning 20,000 rands and you're spending 20,000 rands, then you have no space and no extra money to actually put towards your debt. But if you're able to get your income, let's say, to 20,000 rands, but you're spending 10,000 rands, that means you have 10,000 rands that you can dedicate to actually paying off your debt. If your income is too low, you definitely want to be working towards increasing it as much as possible. So one, maybe getting an increase in your current job, if that is at all possible, getting a new job, or getting a side hustle, whatever you need to do to get your income up. These are all the different things that you can actually be thinking about when you think about reducing your expenses as well as increasing your income. Another key thing to understand in your debt-free journey is your debt itself. So look at all your credit accounts, look at everything that you owe, and have that written down. Write down the account's name, the amount that you owe, the interest rate, and the company that you are supposed to be paying this money to, so that you have a very clear picture of what is happening in terms of your debts. That will also come in handy in the next step, which is picking your weapon. I like the word picking your weapon because it makes you feel like, you're about to slay a dragon, or like slay your debt. Anyway, moving on. So you want to pick your weapon. There are two famous methods. There's the snowball method as well as the debt avalanche. So these are the debt payment methods. With the snowball method, what you'll do is, with the list that you've written down of all the debts that you have, you go through that list again and you list all your debts according to the amount that you owe, with the account that owes the least at the top and the account that owes the most at the bottom. You focus on the account that is at the very top, which is the account with the least amount owed. So you pay off that debt, and that will give you momentum. That is the whole idea behind the snowball method, is that it will motivate you if you get those wins early, and you get those wins a little bit more often at the beginning. So for example, let's say you have a 5,000 rand credit card and you have a 10,000 rand credit card, as well as a 50,000 rand personal loan. Your 5,000 rand credit card that you owe would be the first debt that you pay off the very first time you start this method. That way you get to cancel that debt off, and that gives you a lot more energy and a lot more motivation to go forward and attack the next debt and attack the next debt. So you build the momentum as you go along. All my people who want a more mathematically smart way of paying off debt, there is the debt avalanche method. With the debt avalanche method, instead of paying off the debt with the least amount first, you're paying off the debt with the highest interest rate first. And the idea behind this is that if you're paying the debt with the highest interest first, by the time you're finished paying up all your debts, you would have paid way less in interest than someone who was paying off the least amount using the snowball method. Even though this method makes sense, there is the one problem of motivation. So because you're attacking your debt with the highest interest first, it's probably going to be your biggest debt, which means you're going to have to wait longer to see results compared to someone who is paying off the smallest amount debt first using the snowball method. A common question that a lot of people ask when they're looking to take care of their debt is whether or not they should be considering debt consolidation. With debt consolidation, what they're doing is essentially bring all your debts, literally every single debt that you have and creating one big debt that you have to pay off monthly. So you'll have one payment that is due and one interest rate for that debt. Your small debts might have been like 5,000, 10,000 rands, 20,000 rands there, but when it's combined, it's like 100,000 rands, it's a bigger monster to you. So that is the one thing you really need to think about with debt consolidation, and with that, you definitely want to talk to your financial advisor, because debt consolidation does also come with a lot of other things attached to it that you really need to understand. So you definitely want to speak to a financial advisor. So that is it on how you can actually pay off your debts and become #debt free. So no matter what method or no matter what path you choose to your debt free journey, the important thing that you need to remember is some principles will apply, like patience and discipline, and these are the same principles that you'll need after you've accomplished your debt-free journey, when you actually step into investing and building your wealth. Even if that journey might take some time and you might feel a little frustrated during that time, remember that the same habits, the same principles that you're learning are the same ones that you'll need when you come into investing and building wealth. So they're important for you to actually learn. If you're on your debt-free journey or you've recently reached debt freedom, please let me know in the comments down below. I'll be very interested to know, and also I will respond. Until I see you on my next video, bye for now.